Hey guys, Erik Kyle here, publisher of Great Lakes Scuttlebutt magazine. I'm excited to be joining you today from our Zoom room here in Toledo, Ohio. I've got the distinct privilege of working with the Michigan Boating Industry Association and the Clean Marina program for the state of Michigan. So today we're talking to our friends over at the Yacht Basin Marina, a clean marina program here in Michigan, and we're going to talk to them a little bit about what their experience is. Today I'm being joined by Gwenn. And Gwenn, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
No, Kolk. K-O-L-K. That's okay.
Sorry about that. So Gwenn, tell us a little bit about Yacht Basin Marina and what you do there.
Sure. Yacht Basin Marina is located in Holland, Michigan, on Lake Macatawa in what is known as Big Bay. And here I am the rental manager where I rent the slips, our storage, our in-out racks. We have a conference center here, so I do that as well.
Outstanding. So we're going to be talking today about the Clean Marina program. How long has Yacht Basin been a clean marina there in Michigan?
We have been a clean marina since 2007, so 13 years.
Outstanding. And what were some of the processes that you had to go through in order to become a clean marina?
The very original certification I wasn't part of, but research is kind of the same. There's a lot of best practices that you want to follow, making sure, more importantly, that you're clean, that you discharge of your oils in a proper manner, that your garbage is enclosed by dumpsters with lids and fences around them, no spraying of harmful chemicals into the water, and yeah.
There are a lot of things that are actually kind of check marks to become a clean marina, and you guys have been jumping through all of those hoops now for 13 years. One of the major advantages that I hear of from the Clean Marina program are the live classrooms. Tell us a little bit about what your involvement is with that and what benefits you guys are seeing from those.
Sure. I did a live classroom last summer. It was held here at our marina, and one of the benefits is you get to be with other people at other marinas and see what some of their practices is. They may have questions that you never even thought of, or practices that you didn't think of as well. With the whole process of keeping all of your oils contained in the proper spot and not spilling into the lakes and not letting people dump into a storm drain because that dumps into the lake and is harmful to your fish in your aquatic life.
How did you hear about the live classrooms through Clean Marinas? Was it just part of your association with that, or did you hear about that and encourage you to become a member of Clean Marinas from there?
Sure. Heard about the Clean Marina classrooms via the emails that I received from Clean Marina and Michigan Sea Grant, and they do some online stuff too, but when they said they wanted to do a meeting here, we thought, yeah, that'd be great. Because again, it gives you interaction with other companies. And
That's outstanding. Outstanding. Now, one of the biggest challenges that most marinas are faced with nowadays, and you hear about this every so often, and it's truly a tragic event that happens no matter what marina or facility you're at in the Great Lakes or anywhere in the world, is electric shock drowning. Just an absolutely horrible situation, and marinas have to safeguard against that. So tell me, what is electric shock drowning, Gwenn?
It is when electricity has found its way into the water. It's very silent. It's very deadly. You don't know it's there. It can be in the water because it's caused from a boat that is emitting it into the water. It could be with high water levels that everybody in the Great Lakes is experiencing right now, where maybe the water is getting a little too close to your pedestals, and it's electricity that is in the water. You can't see it, you can't hear it. If you're in the water, if you happen to be in the water, which we strongly discourage swimming in any marina,
Yes.
but you fell off your boat, you don't even really realize what you're experiencing, because it's kind of like a little tingle, and you really don't even know it's there until all of a sudden it has taken your life and you've drowned. It's an electric shock while you're swimming, and it paralyzes you.
Absolutely horrific. Now, I don't want people to think that every time you jump in the marina that you're going to suffer from electric shock, because that's not the case if you fall off your boat. But there are certainly some signs and preventative measures that you can take in order to prevent electricity from going in the water. Obviously, high water around the pedestals is an alarm bell, but what can an individual boater do to ensure that their boat is not emitting electricity into the water, Glenn?
They can make sure that they have their boat tested by a certified mechanic to find out if it is indeed transmitting electricity to the water. Make sure your anodes are replaced on a regular basis, because that helps deter the electricity away from the boat.
One other thing that we do as boaters is we try to make sure that from the pedestal to our connection on the boat, that all of our lines are not in the water. And you see that, unfortunately, quite often where lines are in the water, they're still emitting some electricity, but if there's a splice in that line at all, it's just going directly into the water. That is the biggest danger. And I think for boaters at our marina, we really try to look out not only for our lines, but also for our neighbors' lines, and make sure that they're aware. Keep your lines out of your electrical lines out of the water.
Exactly.
How has being a clean marina better prepared you for the possibility of electric shock drowning, Gwenn?
It's made us aware of that more than anything. A lot of people aren't aware of that. So it's made us aware of it. It's made us cautious. Again, like you just mentioned, to watch and be on the lookout for people's dock or their power cords in the water. Or another thing that we'll see that people don't think about is they'll unhook the power cord from the boat to go out for their day of fun, and they'll just toss the power cord up onto the dock. Sometimes it lands onto the dock, sometimes it lands in the water, and they don't shut the power breaker off of the pedestal. So we'll go through, and when we see that, we'll flip the power at the pedestal off. That way, even if it is nice and securely on the dock, if somebody comes along and accidentally kicks it into the water, it's not transmitting electricity into the water.
Yeah. Well, one last question I have for you about the Clean Marina program, and I think that most marinas experience this, and that's kind of gas and oil spills. And every time I go to the dock, the gas dock, and fill up my boat, inevitably we don't know it's full until it overfloweth, and we've got some gas in the water, and we're like, okay, well, now it's full. And I remember back in the old days, we used to put some Dawn dishwater soap down there in order to try to neutralize it. How can we prevent gas and oil spills? And as a clean marina, how are you guys preventing gas and oil spills at your marina, at Yacht Basin, Gwenn?
Sure. That can definitely be a tough one. We ask that our boaters try to keep their vents. Each boat has a vent where that's usually where your gas will spill out of first. Make sure they're clean and free of spider webs. Spiders love to live in there. We train all of our employees at the fuel dock to listen. You can always hear when that gas is starting to get right up to the top, and stop. As soon as you hear it, stop. You can have the customer check their fuel gauge. You can never rely on boat fuel gauges, but we can have them check their fuel gauge, and if it looks like it's not, well, then maybe their vent is plugged. If we have a boat that insists he's only half full and it keeps coming out of that vent gauge, we stop fueling that boat and ask them to return once they've cleaned their vent, because you're going to spill into the water.
Yeah.
Now, if it does happen to spill, we do have a spill kit at our fuel dock that consists of absorbent bales. You never spray the water with soap. It really doesn't do any good.
All right.
And then the absorbent bales are there. If it's a large spill, well, then you would call and make a report.
So exactly how would an oil spill happen at a marina? Because I can't imagine spilling any oil out of my engine into the open water. How does that even happen?
An oil spill would probably be because the boat itself, the motor has somewhat of an oil leak, which when it leaks, it goes down into the bilge. Mm-hmm. And if the bilge gets water and the bilge pump runs, well, that spits it right into the lake, and that's where your oil spills would come from.
And you guys are prepared to handle that as well at Yacht Basin Marina?
Yes, we have all of the proper kits for that as well. Mm-hmm. The bales and so forth.
Outstanding. Mm-hmm. So, Gwen, I really want to thank you for helping me to tackle some of these challenges that we are faced with here in Michigan in order to become a clean marina, and some of the measures that you guys are putting in place in order to keep that status and maintain it as you're moving forward. Michigan Boating Industry Association, in conjunction with Great Lakes Scuttlebutt Magazine and Clean Marina Program, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate all the efforts that you guys are putting in to keep us safe out on the water and to keep our environment clean. So, Gwen, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll look forward to seeing you out on the water, and have yourself a great summer.
That sounds great. You as well. Thank you so much.